Good evening everyone, continuous for our window function series, third session. Today we're going to talk about what is the difference between ISO week and week, ISO year and year, and then we will use that to do a calculation for a week on week using our lag function, and we will show you how you can use to calculate this advanced calculation, because one of the shortage in Power BI right now in DAX is that you have like a year on year, you have a month on month, but you don't have week on week. And for that, it's like really a very beneficial to use a SQL to calculate your window function and then reach your model in Power BI with a week on week table, and then you can use it for your advanced calculation. It's very useful for finance and other applications. But what is the difference between the ISO week and week? ISO week actually it's like standardized calculation for week based on ISO 8601, and it's like very beneficial in governmental transaction. It allows standardize on a global base the calculation of the weeks and year and months, and you have like a lot of implementation in audit, in aviation, and in like applications that require accurate calculation for the dates. What is very important to mention is that ISO week always start on Monday. However, the week must contain Thursday, first Thursday of the year. So the week one must have the Thursday of the year. If it not have the Thursday of the year, then we will not consider it as week number one. And we will show soon one example to show that. On the other side, of course, normally the calendar week, once it started in January 1, it's week number 1 for the year. And let's go here to check 2021. If you see that Thursday 31st, it was like last year, and first Mondays come on 4th. So first Thursday is 7th, so between 4 and 7 here is our week number 1, and here is between 1 and 2 and 3. Still they are like the last week of last year, so it's 53 week year 2020, you can see here, and it's like normal week number 1 for 2021. So you must always be careful where is Monday and Thursday, and then you can determine. So then we have January 4th, this is first Mondays that follow by Thursday, and Thursday considers the week 1 in our calendar and week 2 in our normal calendar, because you can see that it's already break the week and came to week number 2. Let's like use that to illustrate. I use like today Microsoft SQL, and I created a simple table. It's called like sales data, and the aim from this table that I can explain for you, it have only 2 columns. It's the date and amount of sales. And let's directly select the data from this table, then select all from sales data table, and let's check if it's working. So we can see that we have our column, our sales data will be provided for you in the description, so you can also directly get access to this data. Now what we want to calculate from this date and sales, we need to calculate first the ISO week, and then we will calculate the ISO year, then we will calculate our previous ISO week, and then we will do the difference, and then we get the ratio of the change. Okay, so let's start by select. We will select date, then we will select sales, then we select our ISO week, so date. In Microsoft you have date BART, and then you have ISO week, and then you have, again, of course we need always to use the date, so you will use always the date, because like it use our date column to do the calculation based on it. So you will take date BART function, it have already predefined ISO week, and then use it on a date and then have it as ISO week. Okay, then we need now to have ISO year. Unfortunately, there is no ISO year predefined in date BART, so that means we need to calculate it manually. How we calculate it manually? Let's check. We will do a case. Now we have always the problem if the week came at beginning as 53, like as we show in 2021, you need to make it year 2020. If it came like as 2025, this year we have like the date came like normal. So first it was match between calendar and weekly because it was 31st of December, it was Sarah's Day, and that means the beginning of the week it was after Sarah's Day, and first Monday was already in the new week and it was calendar week 1. So in that case we wanted to calculate it as 2021 week 1, so ISO year 2020. So we have two cases only. We have it, so the ISO year calculation trick is to find the exceptional case, like in case 2021, and we calculate it as ISO year 2020 first week of the year. Otherwise it will be normal, starting as calendar year. So that's what we will write now in our case. So case when, case when date BART. So let's take the same that like this one. Okay, that's what we want. When date BART, when our week is equal, as we remember, is we have 52 and we have 53, and months, and the month's date is equal to 1. So we need the week number 52 and first month of the year. And then in that case, we will select the year date. So now we are selecting the years that we are targeting, and then we will add -1, because in that case, this such case in 2021, we needed to count the first week of the year as year 2020, one calendar week 53 from last year. Then the second case, it on the other side, it will be starting by ISO week date 1. So I want to target week 1 and month date is 12. This is similar to case on 2025, where we start the first week on like first of it was Wednesday, so first Sarah's Day it was in the first week of the year, and Monday it started in 2020. So the week number 1 started Monday, that was like 2020, but it was have include 2nd of January in the next year, and that's why we need to add +1, because that means the Monday of last year, which is 2020, which was like the 30 of December, it will be calendar week 1 for 2025. And you can see on the right hand side the calendar. I give it as an example to illustrate where week number 1 was there. It started on Monday. Monday was in year 2020. However, Sarah's Day came, as we explained before, that the first week of the year must include Sarah's Day, and it came actually on 2nd of Jan. That means Monday before, which is last year, is considered as first week of the year. This is the two special cases. Else, the ISO year or ISO week in this case would be exactly similar to the normal case calendar year. That's why we use it case when we put the two special cases. Then I put here else year date and else year date that show the normal case. Int as ISO year. Okay, so last step, we need to calculate ISO start date, so we need to know the start of the date. So we have already the last part. We now want to know when ISO week started. So what we wrote here, let me write it again fast, and it will be like to start by date, part, week and day. This part, it gives us the number of the day in the week currently. So for example, if we are in Tuesdays and we are number 2, so 1, this is the Monday, the day we always want to start, minus 2, it will be -1. Then I say that I want to know the day of today. This is coming from today date. From, for example, today is like 3rd of January, because like we were like 2nd or 3rd was Monday. Let's say we're on 4th of January, so you will say 4, and then you will go, you want to remove it, minus how much? Minus 1 day, then it will be 3rd of January. This is Monday. So always our week starts on Monday, and this is the part that we will say, okay, this is the number of days we need to back, so we can back to Monday. Okay, and then let's select all of that from our sales data table, and let's run it. Okay, we can see now that 30 of December 2024, it was ISO week 1. Why? Because as we explained, it was Monday, the beginning of the week from last year, and that we can see here. Okay, now we have already the ISO week started, date, year, and we have the sales amount, but we need the previous week, so we can do the calculation we want. What we can do here, we can use the with function to use this as a dummy table, and then we'll be able to create the table. Let's go through it. Okay, then we need of course the sales, so it's like sum of sales, and then we need to group it by the whole, so we will group it by all what we calculate. So we already calculate here ISO year, ISO week, and we will do the aggregation based on all of that. And now we will select all ISO year, ISO week, ISO and weekly sales. Now the most important part, it's lag, and then after lag, what we will do now this is the whole part. We need to do the weekly sales, but from last week, so the previous week. So how we will do that? We will do what we learned last time over. Then we will want rank it by year and ISO week, so we order by ISO year, ISO week. So we finished already the lag weekly over, then we did weekly sales minus the same. You take just the same lag and you order it by ISO week and ISO year. Then you, from weekly summary, you are using with clause, so you take the table from with clause, and then you put it, then you order by ISO year and ISO week, and then you run it, you get this result. The result, as you can see, it's weekly sales based on ISO week. This is the previous week sales, so it come here, and then you make difference, so you can see the difference. Based on same calculation, you can create also the percentage of a change. Once you be able to get that kind of previous week sales, you will just divide it by, and you will be able to calculate the percentage of a change if it's required to reflect the percentage. So as you can see, part was lag. You get here the weekly sales over, you order it by ISO year, ISO week, because you need to, after week calculation, this is previous week sale, because this was the sale we had before, and lag give you one row before, so it take you to the previous sale.